with the reform to the clause in the current electoral bill, the INEC Bill 2022 as amended, on the matter of electoral transmission of results electronically from the polling unit into the IREV as a clause that was considered not to be a mandatory provision in the 2023 election, because it was considered as one that was open to the discretion of the Independent Electoral Commission. You will know that the citizens came to the conclusion that the Senate is acting contrary to the desire of Nigerians for electoral transparency that will strengthen our democracy. You know that to be so. Many citizens have spoken. I have been particularly loud in stating that if the Senate gets away with a provision that is ambiguous, that gives power of discretion to determine the ifs and the buts, instead of making the clause mandatory that every vote must count in this country, and that the way that our votes will count is to have this mandatory provision that makes it the core principle of our electoral transparency, that no longer shall our votes be subject to the kinds of TPEX cancellations of results that we saw on the EC 8A in previous elections. And so we as citizens are saying, stop any coup against this democracy. Stop it. The National Assembly must realize that they were, well, majority of them were probably not voted in. I wanted to say they were voted in. But it is exactly what they have done all these decades, how many decades now of our democracy? 2 decades of our democracy. It is what they have done that they want to sustain. The only reason they don't want transparency through the mandatory provision for there to be instant, real-time, electronic transmission of the results from the EC 8A to the IREV is because they want to continue to capture our democracy for the pillaging of the Nigerian state. The society is laboring under the weight of poor governance that we have seen so far in our democracy. And now the citizens are saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. There is no reason why people who call themselves Democrats would hate transparency. Do you hate transparency? Do the citizens of Nigeria hate transparency? Why then would the people who say that they are the Democrats hate transparency? It can only be for one reason: they do not want democracy. These ones are enemies of democracy. If they should pass any kind of law that does not make mandatory transmission without any proviso to it, because what they are pretending to society now is that they have passed, that what they have agreed is mandatory transmission. It shall. But then, after they said that, they removed all of it. They removed all of it by already putting in many other things that will become the norm. I can tell you that because I did the reform of the of the procurement system in this country. Everywhere that they put any provisos became the norm. The proviso will become the norm. You see, they are already planning and saying that should something fail, why are you making a law that is saying that there will be failure? Why are you introducing network failure and all other things that are extraneous to any law? Every law of a country is very clear without ambiguity. And what they have done is to already they're basically preempting us for the fact that they are planning to do exactly the provisos that you have put to that clause. Is that what we should take? No! Should Nigerians who have been battered by this democracy be accepting this kind of a provision? No! Then it is important that every one of us should tell every one of us